pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning and welcome to the September 20th County Commission meeting. I would remind you to silence your cell phones. The meeting documents are on the end of the counter in the white folder, and Robert is in the front row with listening devices if you need them. That will move on to routine business. Item number 1 is approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 2 is approve the meeting minutes from September 6, 2016.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second, and this is to approve 2 sets of meetings, if that's okay. One for the joint Sioux Falls City Council meeting and one for the Minnehaha County Mission meeting, both on September 6th. So I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 3 is bills to be paid in the amount of $4,067,447.01.
Pay the bills.
I have a motion. Is there
Second.
a second comments? Commissioner Berth.
Well, Madam Chair, thank you. It includes $3.3 million that's basically a transfer over to the Department of Revenue from motor vehicle fees, and it is for more than 1 week, so they're a little high, but thank you.
Yep, 2 weeks of bills since we did not have a commission meeting last week. I have a motion and a second to pay the bills. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 4 is the reports, the Minnehaha County Sheriff's Report for August 2016. Item B is a Register of Deeds report for fees collected in August 2016. Item C is the auditor's account with the county treasurers as of August 31st, 2016. And item D is the Minnehaha County Juvenile Detention Center reports for August 2016. Those are all on file at the auditor's office. Item number 5 is personnel actions. Item A is consider a motion to approve routine personnel actions.
So moved.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any questions for Carrie? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Item B is a special action. Carrie.
Good morning, Carrie Deaver from Human Resources. I have a request to approve a salary adjustment for Kirsten Katmeyer, our Chief Civil Deputy State's Attorney, from $3,397.60 biweekly to $3,750.40 biweekly, effective September 24th. The reason for this focus is on market and equity for similar positions in our region.
Okay. Any questions for Carrie on that? Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously.
Great, thank you.
Carrie. Item number 6 is applications for abatement. Olivia Larson, or do we have Diane? Good morning, Diane.
Good morning, Diane Radke, Equalization Office. I have been working with the State's Attorney's Office and the Auditor's Office to make the abatement process more efficient. So the Commission Reporter is going to read the IDs for now, and then I will do any that are denied.
Okay.
All right, so recommended for approval, we have record ID numbers 79321, 79320, 53804, 53658, 48829, 47059, 47058, 47057, 48200, 34358, 33939, 33293, 28810-H lot, 14777-H lot, 85588, 47985, 37751, 88044, and 52507.
Okay, these are for approval. I would look for a motion for items A through S.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any additional questions, Commissioner Barth?
We have quite a few from the City of Sioux Falls. Are these new properties that the city acquired that
These
they're
are
now?
H lots where
Oh,
they
these
made
are
the
H
roads
lots.
wider, so they acquired some property along the way.
So this is just like with a street project where
Yes.
they would be
Yes,
taking a couple of square feet.
yes.
Okay, and then the other ones towards the end there, the O through S.
Those are some owner-occupieds that were dropped off that should have been put on.
Thank you for answering my questions.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. And we have one more, item number T. Diane?
Yes, ID 85764. We're recommending to not approve this one. This is an owner occupied. The owner never filed an application.
And motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to deny record ID number 85764. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
Diane. Item number 7 is notices and requests. There are none. Item number 8 is planning and zoning requests. There are none. Item number 9 is petition for compromise. Can't even say it. Petition for compromise of lien DP&O number 21199 in the amount of $1,455.50. Robert Wilson, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Robert Wilson with the Commission Office. You have before you an application for compromise of lien from for DP&O 21199 in the amount of $1,455.50. The lien is in the name of the applicant's deceased father. The lien represents public defender services and housing assistance. The applicant requests a compromise and release of the lien in full upon payment of 50%, or $727.75. You'll notice if you're reading through that application carefully that there is a request for a compromise and release in full with no payment. Upon further conversation with the applicant following up on receiving that, the applicant did indicate that would be willing to make a 50% payment as a gesture in request for compromising the amount in full. The applicant is presented in anticipation that at some point the applicant will make an attempt to sell a mobile home and property that is in his father's name. The applicant purchased this property and then transferred it to his father in January of 2016. This applicant indicates he is not able to present his father's complete financial information because the deceased shared a bank account with a fiance who has been unwilling to provide some additional information. The information that is provided includes an annual Social Security benefit of just under $16,000 and total assets of $500 in the amount of household goods and liabilities of just under $11,000, primarily medical bills and a small debt to a local business. As you review this, we've provided you with the application, lien summary sheet, a statement from the applicant, a quitclaim deed transferring, referencing the transfer of the property, and a 2015 tax return. Would stand by for questions if you have any.
Okay, any questions for Robert? Mr.
Robert,
Bender?
when I read through this, it appears that the applicant, who's the son of the debtor, owned this property and just transferred it to his father the very beginning of this year, and then his father died unexpectedly. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And so at this point, the property that he transferred to his father for $1 at the beginning of this year is now has the lien attached to it, and he's willing to pay half of that lien just to get the property back that he had deeded to his dad. Okay.
Attempting to sell it at a later point, no closing set, but yes, wants to get this cleared and have an ability to sell.
And there's no other real property that I can see that the decedent owns?
Not that we're aware of, no.
And I do not see the applicant here because I think I know everybody in the room. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. No applicant. Okay. Any other questions for Robert?
I just, with that transfer happening, there was no other lien against the applicant, was there? That we don't know that. This was just against his father. Anyway, I'm wondering about the quitclaim deal where it looks like I'm speculating. It looks like I'm going to owe a bunch of money, so I'm going to make Gerald own all my property. And therefore, there would be no lien on my property because Gerald owns it.
But he's taking it back.
I mean,
The-
Do you want me to speak to this? guess?
I would
It's up to you.
I would just say that that this was described to the commission office staff as the application was presented, that a son was trying to help his father out and purchased the property and transferred it into his name. That it was unexpected that the father passed away. I got the impression that it was a family member trying to help another family member out.
If we'd have been doing rental assistance, that amount would have been covered in about 2 months.
Well, I tell you, it's not a lot of money, but it seems to me that getting some money on this deal is a good thing, and so I'll make a motion to accept the offer of $727.75.
I'll second
I
that.
have a motion and a second. Any additional conversation? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Next, we have the opportunity for public comment. If anybody would like to speak about something that is not on the agenda. Okay, that will move on. Regular business. Item number 10 is a public hearing to consider application for the special events malt beverage license and a special events on sale wine retailer's license for Chef's Dominique's Catering at Red Rock Manor, 48779 258 8th Street, Garrettson, South Dakota. Olivia.
We've received no objections from any of the offices, and they've submitted the proper applications, so I'd recommend approval.
Okay. Any questions for Olivia?
Move for approval.
Second.
Oh, this
What's
is
a
a public
public
hearing,
hearing?
so
Sorry.
is there anyone who would like to speak on behalf of this or against this? Seeing no one, I will take a motion.
Madam Chair,
I have a motion and a
second.
second from Jeff.
I do have a comment, though.
Commissioner Barth.
I'm not sure Olivia's comments were heard over the broadcast, but no one had any objection with our state's attorney or the sheriff's department. So,
Okay.
Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 11 is authorize the chairman to sign an addendum to increase the funding for the 2016 agreement between Minnehaha County and the South Dakota Department of Military and Adjunct General. Keith Wynia. Good morning, Keith.
Good morning, Commissioners. Keith Winnie, Air Guard Division Supervisor. We're seeking approval of this amendment to the 2016 Air Guard contract with the state of South Dakota. This amendment increases the funding of this agreement and will support the remaining operational cost of the 2016 contract. All other aspects of the contract remain the same.
Any questions? Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those
Aye.
opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Item number 12 is consider a bid award for a highway project MC Midway Corner reconstruction of County Highway 122 from South Dakota 115 to 550 feet east. DJ Boothie. Good morning, DJ.
Good morning, Commissioners. DJ Boothie, Highway Superintendent. This project is a in-house design project that our engineering staff and our department came up with to improve some safety and other issues at the Midway Corner intersection with State Highway. And we received 6 bids for this project. Our construction cost estimate was $130,000, and we received pretty good bids, pretty relatively tight bids. The lowest bidder is Zacharias Construction, $104,843.40, and we're asking your approval to do this work.
Questions for DJ?
Move for approval.
Second.
Motion and a second. DJ, do we know when this project may be completed? I know it's this year, obviously, but
It is this year. I want to say it's November 30th, but
okay.
hopefully I don't get quoted in the newspaper on that.
Okay. I have a motion and a second on the bid award. All those in favor say aye.
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 Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Item number 13 is authorize the chairman to sign the agreement between Minnehaha County Highway Department and the City of Hartford to construct a bike trail adjacent to County Highway 149 reconstruction. DJ.
Commissioners, as a little bit of a background for the bike trail discussion, we had a public meeting in Hartford probably close to 2 years ago when we were looking at doing the reconstruction project on County Highway 149. And at that public meeting, we heard a lot of input saying that it would be nice to have a bike trail in this section of roadway. and the city of Hartford definitely was supportive of that. And so we began some discussions with the city of Hartford administration and came to a verbal agreement that we would split the cost up to what our cost estimate was at the time of about $145,000. And so we drafted an agreement similar to what we had used with other municipalities for different projects, and gave that to the state's attorney's office. And the city of Hartford has signed this agreement, and they are willing to reimburse us up to $72,750. And there's some additional documentation in here with the cost estimate and the actual cost that we expect to have for the bike trail. On a side note, we did execute the change order about a week or so ago after we knew that this was going to be approved, and we are going to be putting down asphalt for the bike trail yet this fall. So that bike trail will be in service for the residents here before the snow flies.
Questions for DJ? Commissioner Barth.
DJ, I'm obviously, this sounds like a great idea, but it's a little unclear to me at what point and at what cost do we cooperate with the other communities on paving or bike trail projects. I know that the city of Colton has asked me that question previously because they see, well, in their view, they feel that some of the goodies are going to other communities. And
sure, that's a good question, Commissioner. In this particular case, we look at certain requests like that as a case-by-case basis. In this particular case, we have a lot of pedestrians walking alongside of our county highway, which is very unsafe. Even with a speed limit of 45, 90% of those accidents would be a fatality. And so in any way that we can get the pedestrians off of the highway would be a good positive safety feature to add to the roadway. If a community like Hartford is willing to sponsor half of the project, it's even a better deal for us.
Madam Chair?
Kind of in the vicinity of their school and a housing area, and they'd have a lot of kids probably walking to school that way. I'm sorry, Commissioner Barth, did you have a comment?
I absolutely will support this. I'm just asking, I guess, so other communities should just contact you if they have a project that you think
if they're interested in partnering with any project, we're always open to discussing them. Yeah.
Thank you.
This was a good time since that whole highway is ripped up right now.
Oh yeah, it was a great time to redo it. They would have never gotten a price this cheap in order to do that project other than right now.
So I would look for a motion unless there's additional
I make a motion to
questions.
authorize the chair to sign that agreement.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Item number 14 is consider proposal and resolution to refund outstanding certificates of participation and to authorize a negotiated sale with Doherty and Company LLC to proceed with the bond refunding process. Bob? Wasn't sure who was talking on it.
Good morning, Bob Litz from the Auditor's Office, and the resolution that you have before you today authorizes the county to move forward with a current refunding of the Series 2005A, Series 2005C, Series 2006, and Series 2011A certificates. A current refunding means all issues are currently callable or callable within the next 90 days. Based on current interest rates, it is estimated the county would save about $270,000 over the remaining 10 years starting in 2016. However, it is currently structured to provide about $250,000 of that amount in 2017. Because of the timing, size, and potential for interest rate changes due to Federal Reserve action in the near term, the resolution authorizes a negotiated sale with Doherty and Company LLC. Doherty and Company has provided financial advisory and underwriting services to the county in the past, and they regularly monitor our debt for possible refinancing opportunities that might arise from changes in the interest rate market or callable status of our certificates. Tom Grimman and Ray Woodson from Sioux Falls Doherty Company are here to answer any specific questions you may have regarding the resolution or numbers which are part of your packet.
Okay. Any questions for Bob? Questions for either Woody or Tom?
I just, if I may ask
Commissioner
Bob a
Barth?
question. Bob, so we'll save about $270,000, is that right?
The $250,000 if you want to take the savings in 2017.
always like to hear savings.
Additional questions for anyone? Is there a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Commission.
Item number 15 is a closing comments briefing from the South Dakota Department of Legislative Audit for the fiscal year 2015 Minnehaha County audit. Carol Muller. Do we want to skip to the next
Yes.
one?
Jeff
Okay,
is coming from Lincoln County. He's coordinating his meetings today on this, so we're hoping that he's on his way, but
Okay.
we recognize that
Otherwise
he's
we-
being efficient between two commission meetings
Right.
today.
Okay, so we'll go on to item number 16 as a briefing and update to the changes to the fiscal year 2017 provisional Minnehaha County budget. Carol Muller.
Good morning, Carol Muller, Commission Administrative Officer. Next week, you have the privilege of passing the fiscal year 2017 budget for Minnehaha County. And just as a reminder or preparation for this is one more time that we present this to you. You've worked hard on this budget. We started back, offices started on this back in March already, and you passed a provisional budget at the end of July of this past year. And you also had a budget hearing on September 14th. The one thing that I would just reiterate on there is that we have some large purchases to be making with software, with an ERP system and a public safety component that Minnehaha County is participating with the city and 911 on. So what you gave us direction for last week is that we will supplement the budget in 2016 for those and then carry over into 2017. With these changes, the budget stands at $81,771,727 with total cash applied of $4.8 million. Of that, the general fund cash balance, cash applied, is $4.3 million. And you have a means of finance attached for there. So any last questions before we prepare this all for you next week?
Okay, we'll go
Thank you.
on to item number 17, which is Minnehaha County Liaison Reports. Are there any reports? I just have one. About a week and a half ago, I was down in Omaha again with the Annie Casey Foundation, and that is also funded by the Annie Casey Foundation. And we were focusing on the core strategies and staying with the fidelity of the model of the JDAI, and also worked on our action plans for moving forward with state expansion, which we've been working on for the last couple of years. We had quite a few different workshops. It was about a 2-day event. And one of the workshops we went to was on unconscious biases, which I thought was very interesting, and they did a really good job of presenting implicit biases. So, any other liaison reports? Is there any new business? Is there any old business?
Madam Chair?
Commissioner Barry?
You know, we did have our convention last week, and I just wanted to mention one thing, I guess, which is that going into the convention, our fellow Commissioner Dick Kelly had been the first vice president, and so he, if he would have been renominated, would have stepped into the president position. And I sort of regret that the convention kind of glossed over that issue and didn't really mention Dick's service and potential of having that position. And so we reappointed last year's president to continue as this president, but I just want to mention that Dick Kelly was holding his hand up saying, "Take me, and I will serve," and he didn't get that opportunity this time, but that's what he's done his whole life.
And he did serve 2 years, because he served as the second vice president and the first
That's
vice
correct.
president. So he did serve as the state association,
And he
which
was
great.
on the board for those many years and working his way through the process, and he deserves credit for that.
Okay. I would suggest to the commission that since our audit is coming, that we would adjourn into executive session and reconvene when he returns.
That was going to be my suggestion for you if you'd like to do
So I
that.
would suggest that we, Commissioner.
Did
Bennigan.
we have any old business? 'Cause I have a
That was it.
Oh.
I just asked. So if you have any old business,
I
I
do.
would listen to it.
I-
Okay.
Just want to make a comment about, and I was gone for part of it over the weekend and didn't have computer, which is also very nice sometimes. But in this conversation that's been had, and frankly, most of it in media and attendance of various specific meetings about the volunteer ambulance and the quality assurance physician. There's a very simple solution to this, enhancing the communication, and I would ask that the auditor's office lead the conversation along with the whole issue of how these bills are presented and how they're transferred. And the easy part of this to solve everything would be on a quarterly basis when the volunteer ambulance services are required to submit the reports. If they don't submit the reports on time, they don't get paid till they get submitted. And then when they're processed to the quality assurance physician, he or she doesn't get paid until those reports are filed with the county. If you hold people's pocketbooks responsible to the people who are responsible from the source documents to the end of the documents, and do that on a quarterly basis with the backups required, we would not have had this problem. And I think that if we institute that in our philosophical responsibilities and practical responsibilities for everything we do, we don't need to have conversations in the media. It can be handled properly and cordially and frankly quickly without having to go through what appears to be a poor system.
Additional comments?
Madam Chair?
Commissioner
I
Barrett?
would have to say I agree with Commissioner Benega. And, you know, while it may be cumbersome for a year or so, I think once the system gets going and operating smoothly, you know, that those requirements could even be relieved. The problem is right now, what I mean is we wouldn't have to do that bureaucratic month by month or quarter by quarter paying out of these stipends. But right now the system isn't working, and so we can do better.
Well, I think by law, according to what I understand, we need to get information on a quarterly basis and to make sure that that's enhanced and done quarterly and timely. There is no problem with asking for that information as they submit the reports.
Commissioner Heiberger? I don't disagree with that. I think that's a very common sense approach to dealing with the current issue. And I would like to point out, really all we're talking about is 1 year right now, because we
Correct.
Have in our budget to review the whole entire system, and the extension of the contract was conditional on that process as well. So.
Okay. Any other old business? All right. Now I would look for a motion to recess into executive session for personnel and contract negotiations, and then we will reconvene when we're done. Hopefully, we can get that legislative audit done. So,
I make that motion.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion passes unanimously. We will be reconvening when we're done, when it gets here.